cohort of KCSE. Karibu sir.
Thank you. Thank you, PS. Please be seated. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education, Dr. Belio Kipsang. The Principal Secretary, Department of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala. The Chairperson, Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi. Chairperson, Teacher Service Commission, Mr. Jamlek Muturi. The CEO, Kenya National Examination Council, Dr. David Njengere. The NEC Council members present. The senior government officials from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Interior, and all other government ministries present. Representatives of education-related unions and associations, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For the first time in more than 30 years, I stand here today to speak about a secondary school subsector which henceforth faces a massive transformation arising from the first implementation of the competency-based education. I say this because the exit of the 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination candidates from our high schools and absence of Form 1 class in 2025 now means that we have a trimmer senior school section of classes ranging from Form 2 to Form 4. In sync with these changes, our first cohort of CBE learners who joined grade 9 this year will be transitioning to grade 10 in 2026, calling for an urgent and formidable measure to ensure our senior schools are ready for the CBC pioneers. With the release of the 2024 KCSE results today, we have started a gradual phase-out of an examination that has been offered for 35 years, with the last one expected to be held in 2027. I therefore wish to immensely thank all our education sector stakeholders who have year after year put their best foot forward to ensure they adequately prepare our KCSE candidates to administer the annual examinations ever so successfully and smoothly. Today, we are releasing the 2024 KCSE examination results for the 962,512 candidates, all of whom we have cleared to join various higher learning institutions to pursue careers of their choice. For in our education system, we have created space for all our KCSE graduates, irrespective of their grades, in line with our government mantra of leaving no one behind. With immense gratitude, I register my appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, for entrusting and fully supporting our team to implement critical reforms in the education sector. Given that the education sector impacts each household at an individual level, I have promised to meticulously lead the sector in the rollout of the reforms proposed under the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform with precision and success. I take this opportunity to thank all the sector players from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the Ministry of ICT, the Teacher Service Commission, and all other MDAs for their concerted efforts during the administration period of the 2024 KCSE examination. Further, I wish to thank all center managers, supervisors, and invigilators who participated in the conduct of the 2024 KCSE examination, and especially for upholding the integrity of our education system. Before I delve into the 2024 KCSE examination, pardon me to touch on a few other issues affecting the education sector. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year on Monday, January 6, 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of CBC. As a government, I am proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9. Thank you. I think I should take that again. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year that we started on Monday, the 6th of 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of the CBC. As a government, I'm proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9, the highest level of junior school. As we speak now, we have constructed 14,500 classrooms for our grade 9 learners, and we are set to achieve the target of 16,000 by the end of this month. This has been made possible by the government's generous disbursement of Kenya shillings 11 billion to schools across the country for the construction of 11,000 grade 9 classrooms. A further 6.8 billion was allocated to the National Government Constituency Development Bank Fund, being 3.4 billion from the Ministry of Education and 3.4 billion in matching funds from CDF for 6,800 classrooms. Further, the 18 constituencies in Nairobi have been allocated a total of 1 billion Kenya shillings for infrastructure development through the National Government Constituency Development Fund. I wish to most sincerely thank all our members of Parliament for their outstanding cooperation and efforts in the construction of the classrooms for junior school. Additionally, the Ministry will construct a further 7,290 classrooms to address the increased enrollment to ensure smooth transition for the cohort. The Ministry has also procured 9,926,618 textbooks for grade 9, which have been distributed to schools, with the exercise expected to be completed by the end of this month. I have directed the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development to work robustly and ensure that all required textbooks and other instruction materials are available for use by our learners. Having successfully transitioned to the highest level in junior school, our focus will now shift to starting off senior school in January 2026. Under the senior school, we are expected to mount 3 pathways for our learners. These are the STEM pathway, the social sciences pathway, and the arts and sports pathway. As part of our preparations, we have already worked on guidelines for the transition and placement of learners to grade 10. To ensure that all key players have taken part in the formulation of the guidelines, we will be subjecting the draft documents to a stakeholder validation exercise from February 2025. The Ministry of Education has noted with great concern a disturbing situation where some senior schools are returning to the banned practice of charging levies. I wish to put it on record that the government will not condone the practice and will take stern action against school administrators who are found to be levying extra charges on parents. I must emphasize that the fees charged in our secondary schools remain the same as was the case in 2024. As promised last week, the Ministry of Education is liaising with the National Treasury to ensure that 48 billion Kenya shillings capitation grants for our primary, junior and secondary schools levels for term 1, 2025 are disbursed using the data captured under our National Education Management Information System. I wish to state that the government has kept enhancing measures aimed at ensuring high levels of efficiency and effectiveness in the administration of national examinations. Starting this year and following extensive stakeholder consultations, I wish to announce that Kenya National Examination Council will introduce a mid-year series of the KCSE examination to be administered in July every year. The examination will target candidates wishing to repeat the KCSE examination and those who may have missed sitting in examinations due to sickness or other unexpected hardships. Adult candidates may also consider registering for the July series examination from this year. As part of aligning our examination process with best global assessment practices, the ministry is working on integrating the use of orbit readers and phase out Braille machines in the administration of the KCSE examination to candidates with visual impairments. I now wish to provide an overview of the performance of the 2024 KCSE examination cohort. During the 2024 KCSE examination, a total of 962,512 candidates sat the examination compared to 899,453 candidates in 2023. This represents an increase of 64,553 candidates, or 7.19%. Out of the candidates who sat for the 2024 KCSE examinations, 480,310 were male, while 482,202 were female, representing a 49.9% and 50.1% respectively. This is the first time since inception of KCSE examination that female candidates are more than the male candidates. During the year 2024, the KCSE examination, 14 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates. These counties include Garissa, which had 62.8% against 37.17%. Mandera, 63.83% against 36.17%. Wajir had 60.27% against 39.73%. Turkana had 59.64% against 40.36%. Samburu had 53.41% against 46.59%. Narok had 52.77% against 47.23%. Homa Bay had 52.81% against 47.19%. West Pokot had 53.52% against 46.48%. Mombasa had 51.31% against 48.83%. Migori had 51.02% against 48.98%. Embu had 51.09% against 48.91%. Kisii had 51.03% against 48.97%. Nyamira had 51.39% against 48.61%, and Baringo had 51.67% against 48.69%. On the other hand, 14 counties had significant entry more female than male candidates as follows. Vihiga had 55.15% against 44.85%. Elgeyo Marakwet had 53.76% against 46.24%. Kirinyaga had 51.46% against 48.54%. Meru had 51.69% against 48.31%. Kiambu had 52.78% against 47.22%. Nairobi had 52.41% against 47.59%. Kisumu had 52.39% against 47.61%. Kitui had 51.14% against 48.86%. Taita Taveta had 51.45% against 48.55%. Kwale had 53.31% against 46.69%. Isiolo had 52.11% against 47.89%. Tharaka Nithi had 52.06% against 47.94%. Kakamega had 51.80% against 48.20%, and Uasin Gishu had 51.06% against 48.94%. The number of candidates aged between 16 and below increased from 16,040, which is 1.776% in 2023, to 20,546, which is 2.129% in 2024. The highest percentage of candidates registered for the 2024 KCSE examinations were within the appropriate age bracket of between 17 and 19 years, constituting 684,765, which is 70.95% of the total candidature. The percentage of candidates who are 20 years and above constituted 22.07%, or 259,861. Out of the 30 subjects offered in 2024 KCSE examination, 17 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance. These subjects were mathematics alternative A and B, biology, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRE, agriculture, woodwork, metalwork, drawing and design, aviation technology, computer studies, Kenya Sign Language, and business studies. 10 subjects recorded a drop in performance, and these were English, Kiswahili, biology for the blind, CRE, home science, building construction, electricity, French, Germany, and music. Female candidates recorded better mean score performance than male candidates in the following 7 subjects: English 101, Kiswahili 102, Kenya Sign Language 504, French 501, Home Science 441, CRE 313, and Art and Design 442. Male candidates, on the other hand, recorded a better mean score performance than female candidates in 23 subjects, and these are mathematics alternative A and B, biology and biology for the blind, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRE, woodwork, metalwork, building and construction, power mechanics, electricity, drawing and design, aviation technology, agriculture, computer studies, German, Arabic, music, and business studies. As it was in 2023 KCSE examination, the 2024 KCSE examination results have been graded using the reviewed grading system, in which the overall grade at KCSE examination has considered mathematics the best performed language among 3, that is English, Kiswahili, Kenyan Sign Language, and the best performed 5 subjects. There were 1,693, or 0.18% candidates who obtained an overall grade A in the year 2024 KCSE examination, compared to 1,216, or 0.14% candidates in 2023. The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of grade C+ and above was 246,391, translated to 25.53% in the year 2024 compared to 201,133, which is 22.27% in the year 2023. And this is attributed to the improved or new grading system. The number of candidates with grade C minors, which is TVET, diploma and above, was 476,889, translated to 49.41% in the year 2024 KCSE examination, compared to 401,216, which is translated to 44.42% in 2023. The number of candidates attaining a pass grade, which is grade D plus and above, was 605,774, which is 62.76% in the year 2024 KCSE examination, compared to 526,222, which is 58.27% in 2023. To enhance the credibility of the examination process, for the first time, candidates' examination question papers was personalized and anonymized. This helps to improve objectivity during marking and holding candidates personally responsible for any irregularities. There were 840 candidates who were involved in examination irregularities in 2024, and their examination results have been cancelled. The Council is empowered in law as provided in the Kenya National Examination Council, Handling of Examination Irregularities, Rules of 2015, Legal Notice number 132 of 2015, Rule number 8, to withhold the results of any candidate or examination center suspected of having been involved in an examination irregularity or malpractice pending completion of investigations. To this end, the results of 2,829 candidates suspected to have involved in the examination irregularities have been withheld pending completion of investigations that should be completed within a period of 30 days from the official release of examination results, which is today. It is unfortunate that a few contracted professionals and teachers are still insistent on ruining the future of our learners by subjecting them to examination malpractices. 91 contracted professionals were reported to have been involved in aiding examination malpractices. Firm disciplinary action will be taken against such teachers. Individual 2024 KCSE candidate examination results will be accessed online through a secure link on the NEC website or directly through the following website: https://results.nec.ac.ke. Candidates will be required to enter the candidate's index number and any one of the names as per the registration data for the 2024 examination results. The results will be available immediately after the end of this function. Any candidate with difficulties in accessing individual results is advised to call NEC toll-free number 080-0724-900 or 080-0721-410. It is now my humble duty and privilege to declare the 2024 KCSE examination results officially released. I wish all the candidates success in their future endeavors, and I wish all of you a happy new year 2025. Thank you and God bless you.
We will request that the results are officially now handed over by the CEO to the chairman, Professor Nyabudi. Then the chairman will then hand over to the PS And of course, you can see the PS hire, handing over also and ready to receive to the CS. Can we put our hands together to appreciate that gesture? Thank you very much. And now we are ready to transition the learners to their next phase of life. Thank you very much, and we can take our seats. As we take our seats, allow me, sir, to invite Mr. Ahmed Mutanga to come and give us the closing prayer, and thereafter, then we shall proceed for the tree planting by our chief guest after the prayer. Mr. Mutanga.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. We may stand.